Welcome back, everyone. How is everybody doing? We're alive. We're here for WTF Wednesday, and you should know the drill by now. I'm Jessica, and with me is Bryce.
Hello.
Hello. So we're here to talk about crimes that make you say, what the fuck?
Fuck. Over.
Bryce, any updates before we get started?
No updates.
None?
None.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I feel like you were going to update us on something this week. You promised.
No.
Lies. Okay. You had your chance.
All right.
Chance is gone. Here we go. We're going to get right into the first story that I have. Okay. So this first one basically proves that people are shitheads and the world is just fucking insane right now.
Okay.
So any guesses where we are for this news story?
Florida.
Yes. Ding, ding, ding.
I win.
Yeah. The nonsense just doesn't stop there. And this is actually the last time I'm going to talk about anything with Florida because it's coming up too often.
It's too easy.
It is kind of too easy. So this actually just recently happened on the 4th of August in Orange County, Florida. Ashley Mason and her 13-year-old daughter were in the drive-thru at the local Burger King, and it was just taking too damn long. And she just couldn't handle it. So she got out of her car and was complaining about the wait. What the fuck you're going to do out of your car in the drive-thru?
Yeah.
I don't know. So a newer employee who was working that night, Desmond Joshua, refunded her money, asked her to leave, said, here, go. It's taking as long as it takes. I'm sorry. Here's your money back.
Yeah.
Get on. At the time, Ashley was on the phone with her husband during the encounter, and she told him that the employees were, quote, being disrespectful and unprofessional. Unquote.
Of course they were.
Right. It's never you. It's never you.
No.
So from her account, her husband, Kelvis Rodriguez Tormes, tells her that he's going to come down and he's going to, quote, talk to them about how shitty they were treating his wife.
Okay.
Again, never your problem. It's always somebody else.
Yep.
So he shows up, and his way of talking to the employees is to threaten Desmond to a fight over whatever they were fucking pissed off about.
Of course.
So out in the parking lot. Unfortunately, this story does not have a good ending. Rodriguez Tormes ends up getting Joshua in a headlock, but then a witness breaks that up. And according to the original report, so I say that because there's kind of an amendment, a part 2 to this. So according to the original report, after that, Rodriguez Tormes pulls out a firearm out of his vehicle, and he gives Joshua until the count of 2 to get gone before he's going to start shooting. Unfortunately, he does just that. And he opens fire. The husband and wife fled in their cars. And at some point, Rodriguez Tormes tries to hide the gun somewhere that he had used. Mm-hmm. Sadly, Desmond Joshua did not survive.
Oh, that sucks.
It really sucks.
Because he's at his job and he's just doing his job.
Right.
And these entitled people.
Right. So he was just 22 years old. And he had just started working at this Burger King. It was like his second day on the job. It's fucking unreal.
Yeah.
So authorities were quick to get Kelvis Rodriguez Tormes in custody. He was arrested on first-degree murder, destruction of evidence, and possession of a firearm by a felon.
Oh, so he wasn't even supposed to have one?
No.
Oh.
So the update is that just a few days later, his wife, Ashley Mason, was arrested on charges of principal to first-degree murder, meaning she aided in some way to the crime or instigated it with the intent to cause harm or death.
Well, she called her husband.
Right.
She's like, come down here.
So she's also being charged with aggravated assault with a firearm.
Good.
So originally, it was reported that Ashley had left the restaurant parking lot after she had gotten her refund and they asked her to leave.
Yeah.
Allegedly, there's some camera footage that shows her parking in the parking lot and waiting for her husband to come.
Oh.
And then in her account of how things went down, she states that she saw the firearm in his truck in her husband's truck.
Uh-huh.
Removed it, put it in her car. But when he asked for it, she gave it to him, knowing damn well what his intent was with it.
Okay, so yeah, that's aiding and abetting.
For sure. So it definitely, the charge does suit. With her complying to that request, it makes it even worse.
Yeah.
So both of them are being held without bond, awaiting trials. Mm-hmm. If they are found guilty, a judge may sentence them both to death or life in prison. It's very serious.
Yeah.
These people are the fucking worst.
Yeah.
Like, how privileged do you feel that you get to complain about your Burger King order taking so damn long that it justifies you killing a man on his job?
Good job, Karen.
Right. That's why I say I don't know. Is it the whole world right now because everything is crazy? Like, this could have normally just been handled in a very calm manner.
Yeah.
No reason to do this.
It's fast food, people.
Right.
Go down the block to another one.
Exactly. There's probably 5 right there.
Yeah.
Go home and order a fucking pizza.
Something.
I mean, people have just lost their minds. And what kills me even more, and it was very glazed over in both articles.
Yeah.
The 13-year-old daughter sitting in the car looking at all of this.
Wow.
So now both of her parents are in jail. And probably going to stay in jail.
Yes.
What the fuck have you done?
Yeah.
It's unreal what people do in front of their kids.
Oh yeah, but that probably set their daughter down a path, because if they don't have relatives there, she's probably going to be in the system.
Right. Well, even if she does have relatives, who knows if I don't know if there were other siblings.
Yeah.
I believe they were both previously married. In other relationships. Yeah. It just kind of sounded like that I'm assuming things. I don't know. There might be other kids. There might be relatives that can't take these kids or can take them separately and not all together. Why was this necessary? And now this poor young gentleman who was just trying to work a fucking job and get through the night. Nobody wants to go to Burger King and work. You know what I mean? It's not the job that you don't aspire to working fast food when you're a kid. Maybe when you're a kid before the real world hits, you're like, oh yeah, that'd be fun. When you're 22 years old, you're doing that because that's what's available and it pays your bills. Yeah. And it probably allows you the flexibility to go to school or have free time.
It's it's not a skilled position. So, I mean, you're going to get teenagers there. And if you don't like the service, expect that. You don't
exactly.
See, long life professionals at McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell.
Not in, I'm sure the turnover
or
whatever.
Well, I'm sure even there the turnover is high.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Yeah. No, I'm sure it is. I've been fortunate that I never worked fast food. I always worked retail, which is not necessarily any better. It's just I never worked in a food industry. Yeah. It still just blows my mind.
Come on, people.
This is unnecessary, and this is the kind of shit that's happening right now that we're super attuned to. We're hyper attuned to injustices like this right now. Yeah. I just can't understand why you let your day get so bad that you thought it was okay to pull a gun on a 22-year-old who refunded your money and asked you to leave. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's because he didn't say please and thank you.
Maybe. I'm still not a reason, but okay. That's got to be it for Florida.
Come on, Florida,
I can't
do better.
Do it anymore. I just can't.
Do better.
Gets worse and worse.
We love you, Florida.
I don't. I'm not going to lie. I'm sure like I said before, there are plenty of nice people that I'm sure that live there. The state as a whole, I want nothing to do with it. Nothing. I will never go to Walt Disney World. I'm not ever going to go to Harry Potter World there. I don't want to have nothing to do with it.
Come on.
Nope. Never. So.
Hey, Jess, you want to go to Florida?
No.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Honey,
no!
Let's go. Come on.
No!
Let's go. Come on. One time.
No!
Okay.
That is the most accurate that's ever going to be. You play that all the time. You guys have no idea. He tortures me before we start these podcasts.
What? I set the tone. I set the mood. How about that?
It's just all for shits and giggles, but right. I know what you're doing. I'm on your wavelength. I understand. By now we've been married so long. I understand exactly what the fuck you're doing.
All right.
But no, thank you. I will not go.
All right. Okay. No Florida. I'll scratch that off the list.
Thank you. So our next story is also from Orange County. This time it's the one in California.
You said we weren't. Oh, okay.
It's the one in California.
All right. California.
Shut up. So from one crazy state to another, and I am qualified to say this and make that judgment call because I've lived there for most of my life. Yeah. So Californians are crazy too. So I heard of this a while back. You're going to know exactly what this is. But I wasn't really, it just didn't really, I don't know. I was kind of in passing like, oh, okay, yeah, that's stupid. But it involves YouTubers that I don't know or follow called the Stokes twins. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I already know the story.
You already know. So for anybody who does not know, I know that you and Mara were the ones that like kind of were talking about it and showed me the video. And I remember shaking my head and be like, these fucking idiots. Yeah. So it kind of popped up in some of my like places that I researched this stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe watching the video, I didn't have much patience for it. And then reading about it, I had a little more patience. I don't know. Can't explain to you why that works in my head. So the story is, in October of last year, 2019, Alan and Alex Stokes dressed up in black hoodies, masks, and they were running around LA like bank robbers. They had duffel bags filled with cash.
Yeah.
At one point, they decided to call an Uber. And when they got in the Uber, they were like, our getaway car bailed on us and thought that it would be a fun prank to pull on this unsuspecting Uber driver. When the Uber guy, they get in the car, he's not cool with having them in the car. And he's, asking them to leave. And they keep complaining about their getaway car bailing on them and that they need a ride. Eventually, they do get out of the car. By that time, it's kind of too late. So, this is broad daylight. It's LA. People are all over the place.
Yeah.
And somebody watching this, eventually, like, the cops show up. They're called. And they swarm the car. And what sucks is the video that the guys recorded, they completely edited all this out.
Yeah.
So what you don't see in the video is that the Uber driver gets held at gunpoint.
Yeah.
Because they think he is part of it.
By the police.
Yeah.
This unsuspecting guy is just, he's probably shitting his pants in his own car.
For sure. And I'm not really I didn't really understand because the twins have stated at this point that they set him up and this is a prank and the police are holding him at gunpoint.
Yeah.
I don't like you're going about your day. You show up for, your next fare and next thing you know, you've got 15 guns pointed at your face.
Yeah.
Whoever called the police told them that, called 911 and said, hey, they're carjacking him.
Yeah, because I think they actually had a toy gun and
Yeah.
Morons.
So that makes it even worse that the cops show up and somebody has reported a carjacking.
Yeah. And
they're still pointing guns at the driver. It really is what the actual fuck.
Yeah.
You have a report that's contradicting what you're acting on. So stupidly, the police get their shit together, I guess. They determine the situation is not real. And they give a warning to Alan and Alex. Yes. And they let them go. That very same afternoon, they decide that it's fine to go and do this again someplace else.
Yeah.
No lesson learned by these asshats. Like none whatsoever, because there wasn't a repercussion.
Yeah. And I don't think they would have listened because even they got talked to, it was 4 hours later that